Hello my friends and fellow modelers, this is Stelios Demiras from Mr. Black Publications, and today I will give you some tips how to clean and work with metal figures. First of all, you must cut any molding blocks that you have. Then you have to take your back side of your X-Acto and clean if you have any molding line. If you have. Here it's almost invisible in Andrea Miniature. But you have to, almost every metal figure you must clean it because of the molding process. Then you can use a thin wet paper, sandpaper, to clean in the crevices, in the folds, because there you cannot rely on the X-Acto blade. And finally, before go for the wash, you have to use a steel wood, but very soft one. Or if you have a mini tool, you have to use brass, the brass tip, but believe me that you must check it out before go to the metal, because this, for instance, it's too hard and will scratch the surface of the figure. So you have to try before use it. You must be a very soft brass. It was something for sweat shoes some times ago, some years ago. Also you need some side cutters for the casting blocks, and you must have a very strong side cutter for the pins. What I mean with that, when you have a paper clip and you need to pin the figure, where to find this? You must go, but you have to buy an expensive one, because otherwise you have problem in the sides here, in the cutter edge. So you have to go here and check like this, but must be a reliable one that can cut the paper clips. The paper clips is the most inexpensive way for pinning. You see? It's better to use the smallest one, the thinner, and or you can use some drills, the tip drills, but it's up to you. So after cleaning, you have to glue it, but see how shiny became. And because with the molding process we have a talc in the mold, because it's metal. Most of the molds are metals, so you have to have a way, a material that will not adhere the metal on the metal. So they put some kind of talc. So you have to remove it with this, or with a brass tip. Okay, that's it. And then you have to wash it very well with warm water and dish detergent with a toothbrush. Leave it to dry, or with a paper towel you can dry it very well. Check it out another time, one more time. If you have missed some, maybe you have missed some problems, and then go for the primer. For the primer you can use car primer, Also, lately I found this one, and for the glue for the small parts from Andrea, I have this too, and I use it, and they are very, very, very good. And this is water-based, but you have to use it thinner and 1, 2 or more applications to cover completely. But you know that in each priming session, afterwards you will paint the basic color. So 2 applications, 2 layers, I think it's okay. But thin it because it's very thick, and you must thin it a little so not to build up the details. And you see how this will become slowly, slowly. You have to make some dry fits, as I told you, to see if this goes okay. Okay, before start gluing. This part, with this, you must glue it with 2-part epoxy because it's too heavy. And you have to put also something like that, because here is empty. So how this base will glue it and stay in here? You have to scorch a little the surface that you use. Then you have to put a small pin, maybe a big pin, I don't know, and smaller ones, because there you will have the final here it's too big, but you will cut it. Okay? You will cut it as you need. But this is to secure better the base, the metal base onto the wooden base. Otherwise, you have some, I have seen this, take it from the box and all this go out. So don't forget to do that. And you can cut the length where you want. For instance, let's see for this how long you want it. These smaller ones is for the 2-part epoxy glue to hold this, because it's empty here. There's no metal. So the only surface that you will fit, except it's only this, but it's not secure. So you have to put also some like these pins and scorch the wooden base, so to be more secure. And of course you have to cut this probably in this height. Let's see if now it's better. We need some more. You see how much you have to put out, and cut a little more of the pin, but not cut a lot. Let's see now. This is try and error to be sure. Okay? And because this one is out of balance figure, and it's only we have only one point that you have to glue, so must be strong. That's it. You see? So you go to your bed and sleep without fearing that this will go away after the gluing. But you must use here 2-part epoxy glue. Otherwise, I don't assure you that will not have this when you go to a show. You will not see this out of of balance and in the box. So don't forget that if it's ready, the base, you must mask it with a non-sticky a lot of masking tape, because you will manipulate it for a long time to paint this, and go on. So, metal figures, yes, it's very easy. Okay, gloves, yes, it's better. And you see here, this is also glued, but this time I glued this, the left hand, I glue it with cyano, and also I make a dry fit for this. You see here, you see, this is the advantage of giving the palms casted with a gun, with a rifle. So you paint it and then you glue it, but also don't forget to make some small pins here to be more secure, more stable, the connection and the gluing. That's all. Have a nice evening.